Hello from London. My name is James Sons, and it's my enormous pleasure to be your guest today. And Ellen and Stuart, who I hugely admire, have invited me just to talk to you a little bit about my experience with networking. So I've been involved in networking for 25 years, principally with the organization of BNI, who I highly, highly admire. And I would just like to talk to you about my experiences with networking and how I, in a sense, had to wake up in terms of my understanding about what it was really all about. So I first saw BNI as an organization, as a business referral organization, in 1996. And I was invited along to a presentation, probably much like you have been to your presentation and your event that you've come to today. And immediately when I went through the door and I saw what was going, I thought, this is fantastic. I really get it. And I said, I'd like to join a group like this. And I was told that there weren't any groups like that in my area. And if I wanted to join one, I needed to start one. So that became my journey. I became a franchisee with BNI and I started developing groups. But I have to say that when I started, I didn't really understand what I was working with. I thought that I was working with a basic networking model of meeting people, people talking to each other, people making contacts. But in reality, it was far, far deeper than that. So I want to talk to you really about my journey with understanding about networking and what I had to understand in order for it to really work for me. So one of the key things that I learned right from word go is that networking or business organization like you're involved with is really all about farming rather than hunting. And what I mean by that, it's all about developing relationships. It's all about sowing the seed. It's all about waiting for harvest to come back rather than expecting an instantaneous result. And I think, today's world, we live in a time where everybody's expecting an immediate gratification, instant gratification. But with this type of organization, this type of activity, it's not the case. We have to work on developing a more long-term view on it all. And the results are absolutely fantastic. So I went on a safari recently and I was in South Africa and we were going along in an open-top vehicle and we passed all manner of different animals and we came to the lions and there they were and they very chilled out, but they were only chilled out because we were in a vehicle and our vehicle looked bigger than them, so therefore they weren't really bothering us. We turned away from there and we then went a while away, or we felt that it was quite a distance away, and we stopped and we got out of the vehicle and we taken pictures. And as we were walking around there, suddenly one of my adventurers as such got back into the vehicle in a very hurried way, and I thought, oh, what's going on? And as I turned to watch what they'd seen, I saw that the lions were beginning to stealthily come towards us, and they could see that we suddenly were food, and so they were in for or wanting an instant result, instant food. Fortunately, we got back into the vehicle and we went on our way. So they didn't get what they wanted on that day. But it's that same attitude about hunting that we have to get away from, because if we are coming to an event hoping that we're going to get an instant result, then we're not really on the right track. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to spell out for you the word profits, because really at the end of the day, that's what we're here for. We're all here to make more money with our businesses. And this type of approach with being part of a group like this is hugely, hugely valuable. So the first P that I would like to talk to you about is participation. So what I've seen is that those people that really participate in a group really are seen, are there volunteering to be involved in different activities, have a higher profile, and as a result, people get to a point where they're known by the group, they're liked, and most importantly, they're trusted. And this seems to be the absolutely critical element from which people then will generate more business from the other people that are in the group. So participation is critical. I've also seen that, for example, if people are late for the group and you're thinking, oh, well, you don't know what it's like when I've got to get up in the morning, I've got so many things to do, the kids and everything. But, if we're late for a group, unfortunately, we send a subliminal message that if someone refers us to one of their clients or colleagues, then we might embarrass them because we would be late for this client or colleague's meeting, and therefore it would be bad for the person who's referred. So there are all sorts of subliminal messages that we can send out, but the critical thing is to be there early, participate, and show that we're really, really part of the group. The second letter, R, is for referrals, and it's very, very important that we actually pass lots of referrals, i.e. lots of business to the other people in the group. And what we've seen, in my experience with BNI, is that when people pass business and give business out, obviously it's reciprocated and people start giving back to you as well. But it takes a while for people to, as we said, know, like, and trust, but also it takes a while for people completely to understand, what you are giving. And so what we find is that in the second year, the value that you can get from an organization like this can go up by 60 times, yes, 60, because the person has hung around for the first year, they've gone through all the challenges of getting to know people, of getting their business known, and then suddenly everything seems to come together, everything does come together, and then the results come in a big way in the second year. The O of profits is all about opportunity. Look for opportunities to represent the other members out in the business community. And I want to really ask you a question. Are you a reactor? Are you a promoter? Or are you a creator? Now, what I mean by that is that, are you just waiting for opportunities to arise in business meetings where you could refer someone else from the group? Or are you actually actively promoting people from the group to your colleagues? Or are you actually in an even more advanced stage of creating business for people, sitting down each week, going through the people in the group and trying to work out how you can make connections, how you can bring people together, and how you can create business for the other members of the group. The F is for financial. What is the value of the referral or the business that you're looking for? What is the ultimate particular type of person that you're looking for as a new client? What is the value of the referral that you're looking for? The more clearly we create this, the more clearly we explain this, the more likely we are to get it. And having a clear idea of who your ideal client is hugely valuable, because it means then that you can attract more people exactly like that. We say that often people say that most of their business will probably come from about 20% of your clients. Well, if we can expand that number of clients to 30, 40, 50, 60, 70% of ideal clients, then obviously we've got a very, very serious business on our hands. And this type of organization can really do that. The I is for inspiration. So one of the critical elements of this type of organization is being able to inspire the other people to represent us out in the marketplace. What are we going to tell them to say about us? What is memorable? I like to say to people that if people are talking about what they do and someone says at the end, "That's amazing, how do you do that?" then you have really captured their imagination. So it has to be something that is really, really inspiring for people, where people go, "God, tell me more." And then people are very happy to be out there and to talk in a way that is energizing, because they say that, people don't really care about what you have to say, it's how you feel about what you say. So if people are energized and enthusiastic, then people catch the imagination, people catch the enthusiasm, and they share that. So the T of profits is all about training. And so what I got from this really early on is that I didn't get it, I didn't understand it, and I needed to be trained. So I went to as many seminars as I could. I sat down, I sought to learn as much as I could from the experts about how it worked. I read books, I watched videos, everything I could to be more clever in this area of understanding what it's all about. As again, not so about networking, but more about referral marketing. And then the S for profits is all about sharing. It's all about, you know, being out there in the marketplace and sharing by bringing other people to the event, bringing guests. So guests and bringing people to join the group is the most valuable activity that any of us can ever undertake, because by bringing people, we're bringing not only customers for the other members, but we're also bringing potential referral partners who can refer even more business to everyone. So that's my very, very quick overview about my breakthrough that I had to make in terms of understanding what this is all about. And I hope that that is being clear for you. It's all about engaging. It's all about really giving ourselves to the process. And Ivan Misner, who's the founder of BNI, has written a book, and that was his sort of seminal book that he wrote about networking or referral marketing. And he described the book, called the book, The World's Best Known Marketing Secret. So, you know, if we can develop our skills in referral marketing, then we can really add a vast amount of extra business to our activities, and we can move into a space where things are just a lot more effortless, because we're not having to constantly talk to people in a new way, but we're able to develop a referral organization that is constantly bringing us referrals. You know, they say that 3%, that 100% of people refer on for referrals for their business, but only 3% of people have got a strategy. And with Ellen and Stuart here, you've got the most amazing mentors who can teach you and show you the way to develop an absolutely invaluable strategy to develop and advance your business. So thank you very much for having me. I wish you all the best. I'll absolutely love Australia. And one of my favorite bands from Melbourne is Crowded House. So that shows how old I am. But I absolutely love Australia. I think you guys are the best. And I wish you every success. And thank you very much. Bye for now.